You guys had the lead and it kind of got away from you again.
It's the same thing. Third quarter's been our Achilles heel, and it was again tonight. We got to figure out something to get started. We played too well in the first half to not sustain it, and for whatever reason, we come out with that approach like the game is over, and we can't do that. And with that said, we still put ourselves in position. I got to go back and look at the film. There's some calls down. Just watch the DeMar DeRozan going down the court. I got to go back and watch that again. It clearly looked like a foul. I'm going to look at it, send it into the league, and see what they say about it.
You made a change to start the second half. You juggled it a little bit in
speed. We needed speed. We had to get quicker. That was our again. That wasn't the difference starting the third quarter.
Right.
So it's something there. The way we started the game was lethargic, slow. They just was out running us down the floor, sprinting, and we had the speed, get more speed into the game. No, it was nothing JV did wrong or anything. It was just speed.
What is it about NBA teams? Nobody can seem to keep leads.
It's a phenomenon, and when someone figures it out, let me know. Whether it's jumping up and down, ranting and raving, changing the lineup, or whatever it is. I think the three has really changed the game. There's no lead too big to overcome, and I think that's something. But again, a lot of ours was our pace offensively, our defensive disposition, being physical, playing through hits, some of the non-calls, and not taking care of business ourselves. We shot ourselves in the foot.
I don't want to give you any kind of trouble here, but it wasn't just one call, it seemed down the stretch. It was multiple.
I got to go look at those and see. I thought a couple of times they were intentionally trying to foul us, Euro foul us, going down the floor. There was no call. Again, our officials are the best in the world, but I thought there was just some calls I've got to go back and look at and send in and see exactly what happened, because guys were competing and fighting too hard. And again, no disrespect to Indiana. They're a good team. But it's got to go both ways.
What have you seen from OG that has allowed him to start and to earn the minutes?
His physicality, his toughness, his defensive disposition. He gives us size at the three position. He's still learning, but his defensive positioning right now is
what's the biggest thing he's got to learn to take the next step?
Well, just experience. You can't give it to him. There's just so much. Rookies is very difficult in this league when you're trying to win and compete at the same time, but we're trying to groom him, and our job is to do that and just experience. And that's something he's going to make mistakes. He does, but again, he does them hard, and he's going to be a good player for our organization for a long time.
What are you seeing with DeMar? The second half in New York, and then tonight another rough night. Is there something that they're doing, adjusting defenses, or is it how much is
he had some tough looks. That one had to tie it at the end. I thought was a great look. He just seems to be pulling the short. And again, there's no team that's doing anything. They're not really double teaming. He's getting some good looks. And again, he's going through a stretch. You just got to keep fighting through it. You just got to muscle through it, fight through the hits, and make sure that he just takes care of business from that standpoint. So I think that's one thing that I have faith in him. He's going to come through and bounce through, push through. He's just going through a rough patch right now.
20 turnovers, a lot of them live ball turnovers.
Too many, way too many. That was like I said, we shot ourselves in the foot. A lot of those turnovers were some of them were self-induced. Some of them was their good defense, but a lot of them was self-induced. And you can't beat a good team like Indiana with 20 turnovers for 30 points.